Just got done with our Saturday morning community call. My head's in a little bit of a whirlwind, but there's a very valuable lesson that I'm taking away from this exact moment that I think if you're going through the same, this video is for you. So, what's really happening in my life that's causing me to feel like a whirlwind is we've got the Breakfast Club community. If you don't know, it's a space for entrepreneurs to come together, connect, collaborate, seek growth in a meaningful way, in a way where we have fun. We come together once a month for breakfast. But more than that, I decided a few weeks ago to launch a community online called The One. And the philosophy behind this is one community to help you elevate in your business, in your life, in your spirituality, etc. And so, that being said, I've felt for the longest time that I'm building separate things that are like I want to fuse together, right? On top of this, I run an agency called The Intentional Few, where we partner with a hand-selected few brands that apply that we know together we can make a bigger impact, scale their revenue, scale their profits, and scale the freedom of the business owner. And so that being said, now it's like I got this agency, I got this in-person community, I got this online community, and they all operate under separate brands, and that's how it's perceived in the public image. And what I'm trying to do, because for me, it's all one ecosystem, and I'm trying to do it in a way where it doesn't feel like it's taking up extra bandwidth mentally because things are scattered. And I haven't figured out yet the best way to organize things to where it's one community, in person, online, one brand, feeds the agency in a few sense that, you know, the most ideal people that we believe we can actually help rise to the top and get the help that they need in working with us, and the rest of the people get the value that they need in through our connections, through connecting them to one another at our events, through the masterminds and the coaching on our calls once a week or bi-weekly, whatever we end up deciding to do long term, the expert workshops that we're going to start to launch here in the future. What's the lesson in all of this? The most important thing that I've found when things aren't clear is you still got to show up. It doesn't mean that you can just not roll out of bed on a Saturday morning and jump on this call because you're feeling a little bit defeated or you're feeling a little bit frazzled. And that's how I was feeling this morning. It was 8:30 and I have been sleep deprived all week, sleeping at 2 a.m. Just had a few big projects that we had to get to this week. And so it's like, it's easy for me to just be like, you know what? I look at Telegram, I see that a lot of people haven't opened the chat lately, and I'm expecting that there's only going to be a handful of people on this call. And it can be very easy to just be defeated. You know, why are not people jumping on? The first call we had over a dozen people and it was so valuable. The energy was amazing. What's happening on this call? What's happening in the community? Why are people not engaged? That doesn't matter. That's just feedback that there's a challenge that we do need to solve. But right now, the fact that we don't have the answer doesn't mean that you can't show up. So I still show up anyways. I still go with the intention of, I don't care who's going to show up. I'm going to show up 100% and give these people the most value that I possibly can. And in doing so, one person asked about where to hire, the best closers. He's already tried recruitment agencies. He's already tried his community. He's already tried his network. I said, what about your clients, right? A simple idea that may transform the entire trajectory of their business if they hire the right sales reps who can crush. And he had never thought of this idea to hire internally through his client base. So that one simple piece of feedback that I just showed up and delivered to this person can make a massive impact in someone's life, in someone's business, in someone's income. And so that's the reason why you show up. The problem, or the perceived problem that you have to address, is an afterthought. Right now, what's important is what's the next step. The next step is showing up and delivering on my commitments, on my word, on my promises to myself. After that, let's assess and look at what the feedback says, and let's make a decision so that we can work towards making this better for the future. And so that's my message of the day, guys. Happy Saturday. If you're in a place in your life where you're feeling like you've got multiple projects, multiple ventures, and you believe in the power of focusing down, simplifying things, just remember, it's a process. You don't need to have things figured out from one day to the next. You do need to get feedback and make iterations over time, but never let people down on your promise, because that's the most important thing. And so that's my takeaway from this situation. Hope that it was able to make you reflect on where you can make improvements in your life. I'll see you guys in another video. Take care.